what's up, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of DreTalksHoops. This is episode 9, and today we're talking about the WNBA. Training camp is in full swing. Some teams have even played a couple games or a game or so now, so we're going to go into that, delve into that, and break down some the games and what I saw and what I liked from all the players and the rookies. And guess what to expect at the season, is just right around the corner, May 16th. It'll be here before you know it, because it just feels like training camp, like, literally just started. So now we're about to really, get into the season next Friday. So I know a lot of teams still have a lot of players on their rosters. They can only keep 12. And so some teams are still making cuts right now. So the final cuts have to be made by May 15th. And then, of course, the season starts May 16th. So, and also you can catch all the preseason games right now. They're all nationally televised, which is awesome and amazing. Because last year, I know I was like thinking, man, I really wish I could be watching the games instead of having just to hear about it. But I love how the WA is still expanding and growing, seeing giving people what they want, so we can finally kind of see our players and teams what they might look like before the regular season starts. So all the games are on WNBA League Pass. Download the app. They're free until uh, I think the last game is May 12th, so they're free until May 12th. So get on it so you can watch the games and see all your favorite players and teams play. So yeah, so go check out the WNBA app and download it. You get all the games for free. So I know been a little minute, so we're gonna get right into it. So May 2nd, that's when the first games began, and I'm loving how last year how Asia was able to go back to South Carolina to play at South Carolina for preseason games. I see more teams are following suit. So Notre Dame hosted a preseason game against the Aces and the Wings. Because of course we have a few Notre Dame alums. Off the Aces we have Joel Lloyd and Jackie Young. Then of course the Wings have Arike Ogumawale, and then also Caitlin Clark was able to go back to Iowa to play in front of the Iowa crowd again with the Fever. Took on the Brazilian national team, and Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith were able to go back to LSU, homecoming for them. They also played against the Brazilian national team, and that was a second game on the May 2nd um, uh, games was LSU, Chicago Sky versus the Brazilian national team at LSU, and then Sabrina Ionescu will be going back to Oregon on May 9th when the Sun play the Liberty. So I think it's pretty cool how the franchisers letting their players go back to their the old former stopping grounds, because I'm pretty sure most players think once they're done they'll be able to play again on that court again. So it's pretty cool how they can get to go back where it all started before they became pros. So I think it's a really cool thing. Hopefully they keep it up at least, and even some women's college fans who really haven't probably seen the WNBA can catch a glimpse of the WNBA games if they're not if they're not close by. So they will still be able to catch some WNBA action, which is I think is still good for the league. Still getting your name out there and still getting that exposure. So for the May 2nd games, the Aces beat the Wings 112-78. Paige Becker, she made her rookie preseason debut, and she had 10 points and 4 boards. I mean, not bad. Not bad for her debut. And Arike struggled a little bit. She only had 5 points, but I mean, it is just preseason, so I mean, I don't want to get too discouraged, about the Wings, because I think they're still gonna be. Of course, it's new players, new coach, new systems. So they're still we're still being learning each other. So I know it's gonna take a little while. And I mean, the Aces, they still that well-oiled machine that they've been having. I mean, Asia, she still looked dominant, 19 and 7 boards. Jackie, 28 points, 9 assists. I mean, I think her playmaking has really, really improved even since last year, since Chelsea Gray that was injured at the beginning of the first part of the season. So I know Jackie and Kelsey Plum really stepped up, the point guard dudes, but I see it's still carrying over. I mean, Jackie, she shows she can be really a playmaker, and she's always gonna go get her own. She's a bucket getter, so really impressed with the 28 and 9 assists. I mean, I see her assist still improving year after year now because I feel like she's becoming more of a playmaker and adding that to her game, which I love. And the bright spot for me was actually like the rookie for the Wings, JJ Quinterly. She had 16 points. That was really good. And Isaiah James, she had 10 points. She had a couple threes. So I think it was a really bright spot to get the Wings rookies in there. I mean, I would love to see more Madison Scott. She only played 6 minutes. She was there. She was another draft, their first round draft pick. So I would love to see her play some more. So hopefully she'll play it some more in their next preseason game. But I really like the rookies. I mean, they have a great chance to make this Wings roster as well. So I really like their games, and really think they'll be able to like to make an impact for the Wings. And I think the Wings, even though the score won't show it, the 112 to 78, I feel like their identity can be on the defensive end because they added Dejanay Carrington, they added Alyssa Smith, and they have Paige Beckers, Harrison Gubawale. Excuse me. So I feel like once they get more of a I guess that's all you need, reps. So once they get more that familiarity with each other and playing with each other, I think the Wings can be dangerous, can be a dangerous team, and maybe even make the playoffs if they can continue to go up. And she be like if their identity can be on the defensive end, and we also know they're gonna be a great offensive team. So it'll be interesting to see how they play. And the Aces, they're just I feel like they're gonna be coming back. They probably like how they lost last year in the playoffs, and now we have a full healthy Chelsea Gray for the season, start off the season. So that's always good too. You have your point guard, and I feel like Unrivaled really helped these players too as well to gear up for the season. So I think Chelsea Gray, she played amazing. The Rose Basketball Club ended up winning. So I think she even won the MVP as well. So I'm excited to see how like the players from the Unrivaled. I feel like that really did help them with their game. You were still playing the off season and had them 3 months before the season start to actually play. And Deja Kelly for the Aces, the rookie, she's undrafted out of Oregon and also played for UNC. I mean, she's improving. Like it's gonna be hard to waive her or not get a roster spot for her. She had 9 points in 7 minutes, so that's really great. And then their second round draft pick, Aaliyah Nye, she's from Alabama. She had 17 points and 5 threes, so I was really impressed with her as well. So I like how the Aces, they may have the mix of youth and the vets. So I'm interested to see how that works out for them. I wish Harmony Turner would have gotten this game since it was a blowout, but hope I think she played in their next preseason game. So yeah, so Aces. I mean, that was even though it was a blowout, I mean, it's still great to see like the players play. And then the next game after that was Chicago Sky, the LSU homecoming for Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith. Even though Haley played only 1 year there, but you couldn't even notice from like when the crowd was cheering for her when she checked in and when she was playing. You would thought she played there all 4 years. So it was really great to see that they got to go back to LSU where it all started, and Angel Reese got to go back where she won the national championship. And I think them signing Courtney Vandersloot and having Coach Tyler March, you can see like the difference of how like the offense and how like the team was being ran this year, totally completely different. I mean, Vandersloot, she had 5 assists. I mean, Angel Reese, of course, didn't skip a beat. She had 15 points, 10 boards, and a double-double, no surprise there. Camila Cardoso, she played not really a big scoring game, but she had 8 boards. I feel like she's gonna be really improving this year, and I feel like Coach Tyler March is gonna have her more so involved in the offense. Her and Angel Reese. I feel like they aren't gonna be like just put in that box or just go down to the block and score. He's gonna want them to be like all fastest, like at the elbow, maybe even come out to the wing. I know Angel Reese, she can shoot the three, so just expand the defense, and create more space on the offense. So I like how Coach March has been Coach March has the team going so far. So I'm really excited to see like how the Sky are going to be, especially with all these new offensive threats, because they added also a 3-point threat in Kia Nurse, and she had 11 points with 3 threes. So I mean the floor is going to be spaced out for the Sky. So Angel Reese and Carter can get to work in the paint if they need to, and they also have like the shoes around them. So I'm interested to see how the Sky are gonna work, and I just feel like Vandersloot. I mean, you couldn't even tell she was like in her mid 30s. But man, I was like, well, it's like really impressive, kind of like see her from the celebrity to go to Liberty to the Sky. So I feel like she's gonna really do well. Have that, you bringing that veteran leadership. She has two championships. She won one with the Sky and then just won with the Liberty last year. So I feel like she's really gonna improve and even help this team get to places that they want to go. So, and then also Haley Van Lift, she had I think a great she had an and one, and the crowd went crazy in there. So, and Maddie Westfield, another forward that they drafted in the draft, she played really well too, as well. So, I think hopefully she'll be able to make the roster spot. And Haley Van Lift, I know she's probably gonna soak up all the knowledge she can from Courtney Vandersloot. I mean, one of the best point guards in the game. Who else better to learn from? So we're really impressed with the Chicago Sky. And then next on May 3rd, the Indiana Fever were playing the Mystics, and they beat the Mystics 74-79. Caitlin Clark didn't play. More precautionary. I think she had like a leg, kind of like a just precaution for a leg, because they had the back-to-back because they were going to Iowa the next day to play the Brazilian national team, which makes more sense. She probably wanted to get a debut, of course, at Iowa. So she set out for this, the precautionary. I mean, I've been really impressed with the rookie that the Mystics had, Sonia Citron from Notre Dame. I think she might be like a sleeper, maybe a candidate for the year. Now that Georgia Amore has gone down, she injured her ACL, so she's out for the season. Man, sucks. I mean, get drafted and like getting ready for training camp and starting your rookie year, and I just wait a little longer. So I mean, I wish nothing but the speedy recovery. I was excited to see what she's going to do for the Mystics. I feel like she's really going to, bring that flashiness and her passes and really make that Mystics team run. So, kind of disappointed. I can't really see her till next year, but I think Sonia Citron, she's going to be really good. She had 15 points. And Brittany Sykes, of course, she's been pretty safe for the Mystics. She had 18 points. And Kiki Iriferin, the other Washington Mystics rookie, she's been really impressive to me too. She has 10 points and 5 boards, so I think she's going to have a really good season too as well. And now, if Aaliyah Edwards and both Shakira Austin are both sidelined with injuries, so it gives Kiki more of a chance now to kind of get some more minutes, and I think she's going to prove that this is like a great pickup for the Mystics. I really like her game. I like how she crashes the boards. So I mean, now she has the opportunity now with the injuries to Austin Edwards to kind of more so get some playing time and even just improve her game. So I'm really kind of excited to see what Kiki does for her career too as well. And also Sophie Cunningham, she had 28 points this game. So I'm kind of interested to see how she fits with the Indian Fever. She was a good role player for the Mercury last year. So I'm interested to see how with her, the 21 points off the bench. My bad. I'm just to see how she plays in her role in the Indian Fever and see how she fits in with this. But I mean, I think she'll fit in great with the Fever. She's always been that kind of she can shoot the three and even kind of get a bounce up, get the dribble. So if you can see him at 21 points off the bench. And then on May 4th, off the second day off the back-to-back, the Fever playing the Brazilian national team at Iowa, and they ended up beating the Brazil 108-44. I mean, the box score, yeah, but in the Brazilian teams have been missing a few key their players because, of course, some of them are playing now in the WNBA, and there's a bunch of a lot of college players and youth, but still, I think it was still a great, test experience, and Clark was able to go back to Iowa, and I think it was pretty cool how she was able to shoot the logo 3 where she broke the record at, and I feel like she's going to have a good sophomore campaign. She had 16 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, so I know she's going to have a great sophomore season. I mean, with the additions that they signed this year, with bringing in, DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard. Of course, you still got Leah Boston as well there, Lexi Hole. and then of course a new coach and Coach Stephanie White. So I'm really interested to see how they play as well, and still kind of waiting to see how their roster is going to shape out with their rookies. And I really do like the I really did like how Bree Hall played. She had 9 points and 4 boards in 16 minutes, but of course they ended up waiving her like a day or two later. So it was kind of like the uh, the part about the WBA, there are not that many spots, so it's kind of like some of your favorite players are gonna get waived. But next year there ain't two more teams with the Toronto and Portland. So I mean, WNBA is expanding and growing, so I'm glad more players will be able to be able to make rosters. But that's kind of it. Kind of like training camp. Realizing some of the players won't be able to make it as well. But really impressed. I mean, of course, Caitlin Clark, she's gonna do what she's gonna do. So and then the game later than that day was the Storm versus Suns. The Storm ended up being the Sun, 79-59. I mean, the Sun, of course, lost their whole starting five, and they basically, I don't know, it's gonna be like a rebuild, just kind of, it's just gonna be a different approach, new coach and everything. So, and not really none of their usual players really played in this game. And, but for the Storm, and then Neka Gumake still had to miss the beat. She had 18 points, and Lee Yuru, she was actually on the Sparks last year, and she had a double of 15 and 10. So it's always interesting to see when players were on a different team and they weren't able to showcase their skills, and when you see them go to another team and just see how this this is what you were working with. So I'm glad, I'm happy for. I thought she would have been a great centerpiece for the Sparks, but I mean I feel like they didn't really use her effectively as they could have. So she had a double, 15 and 10, and their draft pick Dominique Malongo did not play. She wasn't with the team yet, but I know now she is with the team, so hopefully she'll be able to go for their next preseason matchup. And Kaylu Samuelson, she tore her ACL on practice on May 1st, so she's out for the season. So I mean, what sucks, she was just playing an Unrivaled too as well. She had a pretty good Unrivaled season, so I mean, sucks she will be out for the rest of the season. And then Seattle Storm ended up waiving the rookies that they drafted in Madison Connor and Jordan Hobbs. But they still have they're one of the rookies from Kansas State. Serena Sindel is still on the team. And the Sun, they were missing. I didn't see Anissa Morrow didn't play. Then Sanaa Rivers, she was dealing. Her mom passed away. She wasn't with the team. I think Marina Mabry didn't play as well either. So hopefully, in the next game, we'll be able to see more of the Sun players be able to play while they amp up for the season. So hopefully, the injury list won't be as big next game for them. And also talking about waiving, it was a big surprise that Cheyenne Sellers, the draft pick for the Valkyries, she was waived before they even playing the game. Which I mean, it's surprising. I didn't think, at least give her a chance to play in the game. That was I don't know, crazy. Just I don't know. Sometimes when they waive people, it's just mind-boggling. I don't understand. But I'm not a GM or a coach. But yeah, that was just crazy to me. But luckily, the Atlanta Dream picked her up, because I mean I think she deserves a roster spot. She was great at Maryland. I mean, I think she would have been great on the Valkyries as well. But the beat goes on. So also on May 6th there were 3 games, and these games actually these were the best games so far of the preseason. They were all really close games, back and forth, and which I love to see. So I know mostly the preseason games, coaches aren't really gonna play their stars and regular players 2 minutes. I feel like they're probably gonna be playing less than 20. So the rest of the time you have players on there who are trying to make the roster. This is their chance to actually go out there and showcase what they can do. So I was really all these games were entertaining. The first game in the matchup, it was the Sky beat the Lynx 74-69. I think the Sky were up by as much as 12, and Lynx were coming back, clawed back, even had a lead at one point in the game. And again, I was interested now, kind of like, okay, the Brazilian national team, they're younger college players, so of course, I expected them to blow them out. But now, like, you're playing the Lynx, who had like the best defensive rating last season, like went to the finals. They were up there in the top categories of the defensive ratings. So I was interested to see how like this offense is going to work against the Lynx. And man, like, they were still the transition offense, pick and roll, pick and pop for the threes. Like, Coach Tyler Marsh really has them like playing more up tempo in the spacing. I love like their spacing and like what they were doing, be able to like to get all those looks against like the Lynx, who like one of the best defensive teams. So I'm really impressed, and I think the Chicago Sky, they're gonna be a problem this season. So, and of course, Angel Reese, she celebrated her birthday, and she was just at the Met Gala the night before in New York, and man, she had 9 points, 8 boards. She really, using all her 24 hours in her time. So I think she's on the committee chair for the Met Gala, which is really impressive. And kind of like to teeter off just a little bit. But also at the Met Gala, there was the New York Liberty players, Jonquil Jones, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu. I mean, they were looking amazing as well. So I'm like, I love how like, I guess, athletes, they like go like, they show like other interests. Of course, we know there are more other interests, but kind of like to see them outside, of like the jersey and uniforms, and see them, in fashion, and seeing like them all being like dressed up and everything. So I mean, they all looked amazing. Angel Reese looked amazing as well too. So I love Stewie's fit. I love the Jonquil Jones fit. So I mean, I love them seeing at the Met Gala. That was amazing, and all the other athletes as well too that came, because this shows that the Met Gala isn't just for like celebrities. It's also celebrities and athletes as well. But yeah, Angel Reese, she had 9 points, 8 boards. I mean, Nafisa Carr, she didn't have her greatest game, but not too worried. I feel like she's like has a great chance to be like another MVP candidate this year as well. So, Vandersloot, she looked good too. 11 points, 5 assists. Haley Van Lith, I mean, she was looking great down the stretch. I mean, I feel like she's secured a roster spot, which I figured she would. I mean, they did draft her, but man, she's looking good. I really like the way she played. I think she had 4 or 5 assists this game too. I think she had like a few assists last game as well, but she was looking good. So I was like, Elisa Peely for the Lynx. I know she really didn't play too much last year, but I'm hoping she'll play more this year. She had 3 threes in the game, and I know y'all know I'm biased, so I had to talk about Reagan Richardson. Even though she got 10 minutes of action play, I was really excited to see her go in. She shot. She didn't. She was the only player who got in that didn't score, but she shot 3 threes. Didn't make them, and tried to go for a layup. But I mean, it's all part of the game. But I think her defense is what really gonna like get her a spot on the roster. I mean, she was playing great defense out there. I mean, the shots will fall, but I was glad. I was like excited to see her, hunting for that 3-point shot. She wasn't being, timid or shy. She was like, looking for a shot. She was driving to the basket, trying to play, give out assists, trying to assist to her teammates and trying to make plays for her teammates. So I think overall she played well, even though she might not have like got anything to the box score. I think she played some great defense out there, and she was actually in there, of course, when it was like crunch time. But I mean, that's when they try and give the people who are trying to make the roster a chance to play. So I mean, I think she played pretty well, and I think like Cheryl Reed, she's gonna love her defense. I know a couple of years ago, when the national team actually came to Duke to play Duke. So I mean, I know Coach Reeve is familiar with Reagan's game and that knows what she can do. So that's why I'm hoping like she can like even though her shot might not be falling, like she'll be in there. She's gonna give you like 110% on the defensive end, and that's what's gonna help you win. Defense wins championships. So I was really excited to see Reagan get in the game, and hopefully she'll get in the game on Saturday too as well. One last kind of like tryout, I guess, just to show what she can do. So yeah, just had to shout out Reagan, Reagan for a bit. And the next game is Sparks beat the Valkyries 83-82. The first preseason game, first game played at the Chase Center where the Golden State Warriors play at. And you know, Rickea Jackson for the Sparks, and I'm really excited to see what she does for her sophomore campaign. I mean, she didn't miss a beat. She had 13 points. I mean, you can really tell she's been working on her three-point shot as well. I mean, I feel like she might could be an all-star this year and really be like, she might be like even leading the team in like points. So I mean, that's really how high I think she is, and I really think she's worked on her game a lot. And I feel like being unrivaled helped her too as well to kind of like understand even more the pace of the WNBA game. So I feel like the game's gonna a little slow down for her as well too. So I'm really excited to see what Rickea does, especially with Kelsey Plum coming over now. I feel like she'll even have more opportunities because Kelsey Plum became more a playmaker last year when Chelsea Gray was out for the Aces. So Kelsey Plum made her debut, and she had like 11 points, 5 assists. So I mean, I feel like that 1-2 punch is going to be really great. And then you have Dearica Hamby. And then Azrae Stevens, she played really well too. I mean, she had like 11 boards. Azrae Stevens did. And then Monique Billings for the Valkyries, she scored their first preseason bucket in Valkyries history. So, I mean, just every time like they go on the court, they're just kind of like making history, which is really cool. Like, who's going to be like the franchise leader in points, rebounds, assists, steals. I mean, every time they go on the court, they're making, making history. And I was really impressed with Letitia Amihir. She played for the Dream, South Carolina product. I mean, she never really got a lot of playing time, but she had 20 points off the bench. So I expect her to get more time with the Valkyries and showcase more of her skills. And she'll be able to do more now. And really couldn't really do too much when she was in the Dream, but really excited to see how her game is going to, be effective for the Valkyries. And I was really kind of impressed with the rookie Liatu King for the Sparks. She had 6 points, 4 boards, but she had like a good crucial 3 for them down towards the stretch. So really excited to kind of see her play. And that's Sanaya Fagan, another rookie that the Sparks draft. She had not too bad of a game. She had not too bad of a game, but yeah. But of course, in the preseason, so don't want to look too deep into it. So just getting their feet wet, just getting out there and getting the experience. So that's all that matters. And Odyssey Sims had 11 points, and Ari McDonald's had 12 points also for the Sparks, like the 2-point guards that they had last year and they signed again this year. So I'm interested to see how they'll both be able to be effective for the Sparks, which I think they will, because now they have a new coach, Coach Tim Roberts. I think she really wants them to be more fast-paced, more transition. So I think Odyssey and Ari McDonald are perfect for that, because they like to just go, go, go. So I mean, I think they'll work perfect for the system. And of course, the next game, the final game, also played was the Aces and the Mercury. The Aces ended up being the Mercury 85-84. It was of course Asia Wilson dropped her shoe May 6th to A1. So the Aces went all out for them. Had like an A1 night for her and everything. Like almost her teammates, who are Nike, who can wear Nike, they wore her shoes. Everyone was wearing like the one leg sleeve for her. I mean, it was amazing kind of just to see like how the franchise in the city of Vegas, they love Asia, and that they all came out for her. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool how like all the stuff they had said before the game. You could get like the towels, A1 towels. They had like a jewelry you could put on your shoes if you wore A1s to the game. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. And I mean, like her shoes sold out with under 5 minutes, which is crazy. But I know she's gonna do like another drop on Thursday for it as well too. But yeah, I mean the Aces still looking good. I mean, Deja Kelly's just showing again like she deserves, to be on the roster. She had 15 points off the bench and the game winner to win the game. And it kind of thing they won by 1 point on A1 night. So yeah, I mean, Coach Hammond, she's gonna have a tough time like not signing Deja Kelly to her to the roster. I mean, she went undrafted, but she's showing her mid-range game. It's always been there. So like she's showing like she deserves to be on there. And for the Phoenix Mercury, Satu Sabli, she just signed with them in the off season. She had 14 points in 15 minutes for Phoenix, so she was looking pretty good as well. So I'm just interested to see how their new big three of Talia Copper, Alyssa Thomas, and Satu Sabli, how they play together now. Because like now it's a new era now. Brittany Griner's gone, she went to the Dream, and now Tarasi retired. So it's a new big three era. So I'm interested to see how they'll work out. I mean, I feel like they'll work out great, but it's kind of nice to see Satu Sabli. I know she's getting in groove as well. And for May 7th, the Dream versus Mystics, they played at 11:30 in the morning. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. And the Dream ended up winning 80 to 70. Griner, she was looking pretty good, had a double-double of 16 and 10. I think they'll be able to effectively utilize her more. I feel like Griner, she's going to be really huge for the Dream this year. And then, of course, Ryan Howard, she had 14 points. Tahina Pow, the rookie for the Dream, she had 7 points and 4 assists. So she was looking pretty good as well. She had 1 3-pointer. I think she'll be a great backup point guard. And hopefully Jordan Candace, she didn't hurt her knee. But she was able to walk off on her own, kind of like a little limp. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Won't be missing too much time. But she would end up hurting her knee. So, but hopefully that means Pow, maybe we'll get some more run at the PG spot, but hopefully Jordan Cannon isn't out too long. We'll see what happens with that. And then Kiki for the Mystics, I mean, she had another game off the bench, 12 points and 6 boards. So I think she's really gonna be a great bright spot for the Mystics. I feel like she's gonna really be that spark plug. And Brittany Sykes, she had 13 points. And then also the Lynx, announced today that they waived 4 more players. Diamond Johnson, I really wanted to see her play since she didn't play their first preseason game. I thought she might play their next preseason game, but won't be able to get to see her play. So, I mean, hopefully these players don't get discouraged if they get waived. Hopefully another team might pick them up, like Cheyenne Settlers. She got waived, but she got picked up. She actually didn't play for the Dream this game. Hopefully she'll play for the Dream, their next game that they have. So, the Lynx, they waived Diamond Johnson, Aja Petty, Cameron Taylor, and Delia Daniels. So, I mean, that's how it goes, because even the Sparks, they had waived Alyssa Usby. She was from UNC, before a preseason game. But, I mean, that's how it goes. You gotta, cut the roster down to 12, and most training camp rosters they have maybe 18, so you have to cut 6 players. It just sucks, It's so much talent out there, and you can't keep them all. But yeah, so far a lot of good preseason action. I mean, age is being aged. We haven't seen the Liberty play yet, which they will play May 9th. So they'll play the Sun. Hopefully the Sun will have their more of their players back as well. I think they'll be their last game if they play Liberty. Liberty will have 1 more game left to play after that. So the game will be in Eugene, Oregon. At Sabrina's old stomping grounds. So I mean, I know Liberty probably are the heavy favorites to kind of repeat again, but I know the other league teams will have something to say about that. So I'm excited to see what the Liberty, what they're gonna do. And they got better, got reloaded now with Natasha Cloud. They brought in Natasha Cloud at the PG spot, so I know she'll probably fit in well with this team. So, and of course, you got Stewie and JJ, and of course Sabrina as well. And then of course you're missing, Benaje as well. So she's out, but hopefully. I don't know if she's out for the season or just a portion of the season. I know she had had to get surgery, but I don't know if it's a season surgery or not. But and yeah, so May 9th, that's only a game that day, the Sun versus Liberty. Then May 10th, we have 3 more games. Fever versus Dream. Sky versus Lincoln again play, but this time they're playing in Minneapolis. So I was interested to see if Diamond Johnson played, but they ended up waiving her. And HBC probably got Norfolk State. So, but Reagan is still on that team, so hopefully she makes the final roster. I hope she does, because I'm going down to Atlanta in June to go see the Atlanta Lynx play. So I'll let her see her, like, she's on the roster and be able to go see her play. And then the Antelopes versus the Wings. This will be the Wings' last game. They only had 2 preseason games. So some teams had 2, some had 3. I think the Sparks only had 1 preseason game. I think so as well the Valkyries, but they play each other on the season opener May 16th. So I guess they didn't want to do too much and play each other as too much before the season started. So well, I mean, we only got to see the Sparks play once as well, but that's the May 10th games, and then May 11th, the Valkyries will play the Mercury. So the Valkyries will get two preseason. I guess the Sparks were like the only. I think one's the only team I know that they only have 1 preseason game. I mean, I might be wrong, but right now I'm looking. Yeah, I feel like they might be the only team that only had 1 preseason game. Weird, but oh, okay. I guess that's how the schedule worked. And then on May 12th, that's the final preseason game, is the Antelopes versus Liberty. And then the final rosters have to be made by May 15th, and then the season starts May 16th. And of course, you can catch all the preseason games free on the WA app. Just download it. You can see all these games for free before the season starts. And then of course, the games will be on national TV. They'll be on ESPN, ABC, Ion. So there'll be other ways to watch as well too, and of course on the WNBA app. But as for right now, you can watch all the games on the WNBA app now for free. So yeah, so if you want to catch some games on there, really encourage you to. And so far, I mean, the WNBA is looking pretty good. It's like getting me really, really excited for the season to start on May 16th, for the real deal to start. So I can't wait to see all the matchups as well. So of course, like the Sparks will be playing the Valkyries again on May 16th. And then the Dream and Mystics, and then the Lynx and Wings. So it'll be a really great day in the league for the games. So really excited, and yeah. So that's like my little breakdown of all the games that have happened so far. And also I want to say for the Aces as well. Liz Kitley, she had just came off the ACL injury last year. Even though she didn't really score for their May 6th game against the Mercury, I mean, she was playing some good defense, had a good block there, but, she just coming off the ACL injury. I know she's not really going to try, to do too much or anything like that, but I'm really excited to see what she can do. She had a great year, great career at Virginia Tech. They retired her jersey, ACC champion there. Was able to go to the Final Four with them. So I know Liz Kelly would be a great backup piece center for the Aces, since they're going to be missing Cheyenne Parker. She's out right now with pregnancy. So, and then Megan Gustav is also out with injury. So Liz Kelly still have chances, opportunity to get some minutes and prove that she can be a great asset for them. So really kind of excited to see that Liz Kelly will be back and see what she does for the Aces. But yeah, can't wait to watch the rest of those preseason games, and then we'll get really started with the real deal. The real season starts May 16th, so I'm excited, and I hope y'all are too. Never a bad summer's here, spring's here, so WNBA season, so it's going to be a great summer, can't wait. And like always, thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope you liked the episode, And I really appreciate all, the likes, you listening, tuning in. And as always, can't wait to talk more hoops with you next time. So until then.